B main still not under the defender's control. They don't know which direction they're going in, but at least in terms of the heavier sides, they do have 3 players towards A.
As soon as that flash comes through,
obscuring vision,
you're going to have some problems with Thorns to fight into. The smoke bloomed as well. A molly in from Phoenix, time being delayed, but Neon's waiting to catch these rotations, and there it is. Patience pays off. 30 on the clock, and they think surely he's not here. And now they realize the mistake of this round. Scuba on site. That was a fake TP, but now with 15 seconds to get the plant in, they're rushing A. Still 3 players from NRG here. It's a big mistake from Leviathan. Neon's lurk is the only grace to be found in this round as the defense locks in 5.
Yeah, I think it was just maybe hoping there was nobody else there or hoping that they'd all rotate away. But the fact is neither happened. NRG stand their ground. NRG
bait him into shooting it earlier on. He didn't fall for the ruse. They still don't know the danger that's lurking around that. As much as they may suspect it, there's always a chance someone rounds that corner a little too early. Neon's playing the second layer to it as well, a little bit further back, but there is a big problem. Oh, he sticks around! They went a little too early, the op in for one, and now the headhunter still ready to dish out damage. Brock is left on 15 HP, and the shock dart finds him. Spike down in the lane, 20 seconds to get it planted. And they're not even boots on the ground just yet, getting surrounded. The wall's closing in as Sato comes from spawn. They're on 10 seconds before this plant needs to be found. Time is running out, and NRG are running out of players. Scuba tries his damnedest, but he's got no time. And they're split up as well. They know one may fall, but the other will win the round. Double digits for Leviathan.
I love that from Neon.
Valuable for your first full buy, but
or without him getting a kill, or without or planting, or
yeah, it would be difficult to go in without it. Stampede here to a short.
Careful now.
Met by the molly of Sato. It's going to delay them somewhat. Still 45 on the clock. Still some space. Containing B main as well. They've got options here. Looks like this was, again, just that attempt to fake out. It has not pulled the rotates, though. Leviathan are still patiently waiting towards this B site, containing towards spawn as well for Spike Scene. There has to be mistakes made. And even with one mistake, Chamber gets out of there right away.
25 seconds. They almost need to go down at this point. They're doing some damage. They're getting players low, but they still haven't managed to kill anyone off just yet, and they are just giving orbs over. There you go, though. 2 quick kills, but it's immediately returned on by Spike Zine. It's going to be a 9th for Leviathan, the conversion in hand.
Time in middle. Himself an outlaw, and his opponents have 4 sets of light shields. Oh, caught by the reveal.
Go, go, go.
Far there is a massive danger. One for most players greater than the operator. A 2-barrel off up against light shields. Waiting in mid, but finding nothing. But the benefit here is he's going to cut their rotates. So rotations could come in on the defensive side instead. They'll reinforce this B site. 3 players on hand, and Sato waiting a while to run in with the run it back. He's caught good timing and initiated that fight for his teammates.
Leaving it down to 3 players already. Ethan has done well. But the man, the Odin, is still at the back of the site. Almost fighting with Brock with his own machine.
30 seconds
and now
left.
Scuba with 30 seconds left, no spike in his hand, and 3 players already in a triangular crossfire. There was never any way out of that position. Leviathan with another
as well, with each bullet as deadly as it is with the big gun.
They're expecting a push. Both defensive players are locked in on very passive angles because that plant hasn't come through. I really like this from Leviathan. They're just waiting for that plant to go in so that they know what side of the map this pressure has come in on. But I also like of NRG, they were trying to bait them into a fight before they plant. Instead, we get the fight that's expected. Neon swinging his way through main. His teammate very far behind, and he can't quite hit the shot. That was an opportunity maybe for a freebie. Instead, now the spam is trying to clear a spot that nobody has stood in any longer. Reveal available. Both players waiting, but that's the shot that could make it count. Is left all onto Brock. He's being spammed out from underneath. And again, he will bite the dust to a gun that he very popular. It's Leviathan that will go 1-0 up in this series.
Look at Leviathan as maybe being the favorites. They're playing a tight game. And we see it so often. We've seen it at this event. We certainly see it regionally where teams have these big leads and they start to loosen up how they're playing. Leviathan are coming in, a map to the good with a solid start in this one as well. 3 in a row now. And yet on Ascent, even when they had a huge lead, even when they were 5-1 up, it was NRG having to come up with solutions. Leviathan were not making it any easier for them.
Operator picked up Amada. Potential for a difference maker, and immediately that's the showstopper down. A nice shot connected. He goes for one of his own, and he's been dealt with by Neon. Even still, though, the trades have come out. Now we'll listen to NRG.
Spike down
Yung
A.
yung igreja aqui. Irei aberto. É a Viper. Valeu.
Cara, me matou no ar, o spot não pegou, acho que tem que fazer 0-0 Spice.
And most of the ultimates not being expended either for that defensive side. They put themselves in a pretty good position. Flash will leave Mada forced off the angle, but you see the immediate rotation coming out from Scuba to just support that A site. The door being broken as well, just giving them that avenue. Oh, the spams ready to go. Already clearing out blows. It's a little bit tougher to do these spams nowadays, but I'm sure you're a big fan.
Absolutely. You love to see it done well. And Mada then finding another on the operator, just doubles down on the advantages. Another for Mada, finishing off Ethan's dinner, leaving Leviathan with nothing but breadcrumbs, and it's not going to look clean in any fight they take. Chance for it to be flawless, connected by Brock in the end. Another round for NRG, and well, that pause.
The MVP. Baiting out some of that utility. At least attempting to, but it hasn't really helped too much. Look how many players are here now, a fourth. Gonna try and make it a little bit easier. Neon had early lights out, but it's Kiko that goes through. Tries to make the play, ends up losing his life. And now with the weaponry dissipated, it almost has to be the fallback. That Odin won't be firing any bullets, at least for a second or two, and that allows for a post plant.
Spot for Neon, but it's looks away in a 5 versus 4. Now the advantage out of the hands of the attackers. Time ticking, but not quite quick enough. King's gonna have to come up big on this corner. He's got himself one already, but traded out instantly. Now they start to pick up the pace, and the off finds one on the corner. Blast packing in deeper. The space filled in behind, but the kills finding their way into the hands of Leviathan. It's the Odin jump, but he jumps into a crossfire. To leave this C site, but Leviathan full eco at this point. There's a good chance that they decide to stick around anyways, just play the retake, go down to the spike. If this squad goes elsewhere, better to catch them here. If they come, then gamble and potentially be late on another side of the map. Obviously the problem being flanks, but it's not really a problem for Leviathan at the moment. They've got King covering off their back. They've got Neon covering B. But that tells you that the numbers on site thinned out a little bit more. Shadow spotted already. Up close to Spike seen inside the smoke, 12 seconds. I mean, he could make this awkward if he drops the spike. And in fact, even that kill is going to do exactly that. The rifle picked back up 7 seconds. Denying the plant here is all that it takes. But it lands on the floor anyways. And Leviathans start falling like flies. Kiko's triple seals the deal. Double digits for NRG. Very different performance, but you think back to Ascent and the shoe is on the other foot. Sato is lights out and Kiko is struggling. Maybe we'll get them both on Pearl. Maybe we'll see that map sooner than we would have thought. After a blowout first, it's set up to be an even more dominant map for NRG this time.
Blinding.
It's not done just yet. This is the full buy from Leviathan. It starts with King spotting them. They're in the tree, they're making space, they're fighting for that back sight. Kind of slowed a little bit by the Thorns, but he's not looking to take that fight just... Oh, they've got Kiko. A big pickup by Blows. There's no pressure anymore in Leviathan. It had to be NRG to make a move, and they go walking into players, just holding their angles. Easy as can be. That's a great way back in for Leviathan.
Yeah, Normally, you'd think of this sort of flawless round as one where, okay, they're up against weaker weapons, their opponents didn't really invest too much into it. No, Rito has been able to deal with Scuba in the backline, and that's a huge kill for SpikeZine. Before, they were going into a level playing field with a post plant. Now they have an advantage.
A post plant where NRG would have had that showstopper. The plant would have gotten it from Mata, and instead the death did. But a nice return by Ethan, and they look to fight! Brock's got them both! 11 rounds for NRG! And at this point, Leviathan, yeah, look, they're trailing. They've only found it, even getting near it. He's looking for more. Surely not going back in for a third bite of the cherry. And instead, he'll meet up with the team. No wrap, well, actually, he'll stay behind. He'll embed outside B as the C play comes in. It's wide open, it's an easy plant, and the question is, how much can Scuba get done in that late round?
Yeah, well, it's also a question of, can they get anything done at all? He is just that constant backstab that leaves two players with more than a mountain to climb. I don't think whatever was said in that pause thought that it would result like this. A 2v5 to keep them in the map. The story going exactly as expected thus far. And unless the remaining two have a miracle and you almost expect a blunder, it's never going to happen. A flawless round to close.